Alright guys, and welcome back to this day's VD channel, Southampton content for our match review as Southampton were comfortably beaten 3-1 at West Ham today. Gutless performance, I'm really disappointed with that. I said in my preview West Ham should be up for it, and they massively were. I mean, we just couldn't cope with them. It was like in the reverse fixture, their physicality was too much. The long balls, we just can't cope with them. And every time they played a forward pass, it looked like they were getting behind. We just weren't ourselves today, which was really disappointing. Like I said in the preview, we've been very good away from home all season. I think we've won 6 or 7 on the road in the league. But today we just didn't look like that side. We looked like the side who were suffering from relegation worries. And like I said, West Ham, I don't like saying it, but they probably needed the points more than us. Having said that, we should have our own ambitions. But I'm starting to get to the point now where I'm a bit like, I'm just a bit curious as to what the players are being told every week and what they want to achieve out of this season, because they can go and get top half, but if they play like that against sides that really they should be beating, then they won't. It's simple as. I mean, I've seen some fans now say that they'll settle for 15th, which I think it's a stretch. I think we should be a lot more ambitious, because if, I know we started the season poorly, but we've been in a situation for a few months now where really we can go and just sort of push on. And I'm starting to feel like we're not taking our chances with that. There's complacency. There's not enough consistency in our side. We lose to Burnley, then beat Villa, then lose to West Ham. It's not good enough. But sort of break down the game, I thought we started okay. But as the West Ham could have gone either way. But West Ham created the first chance out of our mistake. Ward-Prowse tries to clear it, and it goes to a West Ham player. And Jarrod Bowen's played through on goal and scores his first West Ham goal and first Premier League goal. A player that I would have very much liked to have seen signed for Southampton. But we hit back quite quickly, which I was pleased about. Looked like we could have gone 2-0 down. Hallam missed a sitter. His header went straight at McCarthy, but Obafemi equalised when Ward-Prowse was played through by Armstrong, put the ball back across the box, and Obafemi tapped in to make it 1-1. And at that point, you think, okay, look, we've got ourselves back into it, let's push on. And to an extent, we kind of did. We looked better going forwards, looked a bit more confident with ourselves. But unfortunately, West Ham made it 2-1 later on in the first half through Haller. I mean, it's a shocking mistake from McCarthy. There's not much else I need to say about it. And we pressed the self-destruct button, we're 2-1 down. But that's at half-time. We've got plenty of time to get ourselves back into the game. And what I was really disappointed about was how we just didn't show up in that second half at all. You can argue we started the second half okay and we've got a few corners, but West Ham scored that third pretty early on in the second half through Antonio. And at that point, it was game over with 40 minutes left. I mean, I know West Ham are prone to conceding plenty of goals like we are, but we didn't test them. We didn't press enough. We didn't ask enough questions. I genuinely think we probably created 2 good chances, maybe 3 all game. It's not good enough. Fabianski didn't have to make a save, or I don't remember him making a save. It just wasn't good enough from us today. And we're currently on a run of fixtures that are winnable. This is another one we haven't won. I'm worried, not in the sense that we're going down. Of course, we're safe. I'm very confident about that. But I'm just thinking we're wasting an opportunity here to, finish the season well and finish as high as possible. If the players have mentally gone to the beach, then that's really, really poor, because there's 10 games. The season's not done. There's a good bit of the season to go still. And like I said, I want to see us push. I'm not necessarily achieve, but definitely try and get a top half finish. When we've got the fixtures that we've got and we're so close. But yeah, again, we've shot ourselves in the foot. I know West Ham needed it today. Okay, fair enough. And I genuinely think the place is cursed when we play West Ham. That's 3 defeats in a row now, conceding 3 goals in each of them. Yeah, I think we have to just forget about this one. Move on, focus on Newcastle next week, because that is a very winnable game and one really we should be winning, especially at home. And after that, it's Norwich. Those are 2 games that we should be winning, but should doesn't mean we will. But Newcastle has, I would expect us to beat Newcastle, but We'll talk about Newcastle a bit more later on in the week as we preview it. But that's all I've got to say for today. Really disappointing defeat. But like I said, got to move on, I guess. So thank you very much for watching the video, guys. If you have enjoyed it for whatever reason, do give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't yet already. Follow us on all of our socials. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the game. Did you go? And I guess we'll see you later on next week ahead of the Newcastle game. Take it easy, guys.